What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we are going to be talking about another budget gun. Today we're going to be going over the SCCY CPX-2 9mm pistol, otherwise known as the cheapest gun in the gun store. So this is a little project that I wanted to do where I basically went into my local gun store and I wanted to purchase the cheapest possible handgun of an appropriate caliber for self-defense that is available new. And you can get cheaper guns than this used. You can get high points cheaper than this as well, but they didn't have a high point there. However, this is one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest gun that you're going to be able to find in your area. And it's like the high point, it's a very popular carry gun. I know people that carry this gun, and I know people that have had success with this gun. I also know people who have had terrible problems with this gun. So I'm a little 50-50 on how this video is going to work out today. This is a double action only polymer frame pistol that weighs 15 ounces, so it's very lightweight. It's got a 3-inch barrel, and it is a double stack, which is pretty cool. Along the lines of maybe a slender Glock 26. Try to think like a Glock 26 that was on Slim Fast. This guy right here is relatively thin, and I noticed that it fit in my pocket really nice as well, so it would be a very good carry gun if it worked well, especially since it has that double action only, which I think a lot of people are afraid of, but it is a trigger system that is overall throughout history pretty durable, pretty reliable. That being said, it's also pretty cheap to produce, which is why it's in this gun. Hopefully it's reliable. However, the trigger pull is, for most people, especially striker fired guys, going to be pretty atrocious. So I would be interested to see what kind of accuracy we can get out of this, because I am a bit of a double action aficionado. I shoot revolvers and double action pistols very frequently. So we'll have to see how that goes. It's got a pretty decent slide, no extra mass, very easy to run the action, and there's no real sharp edges on it either. It's got 3-dot white night sights that are already rusted, even though this is a brand new gun out of the box. Magazine release is sort of positive. Slide release seems to work well. And then we have the two 10-round magazines that the gun comes with that seem to be maybe made by Metgar, maybe not. The coating on the magazines is already worn down, even though, again, brand new gun. So I got this gun for around $250, somewhere in there. A little bit shy of that, actually. You can find them for a little bit cheaper, a little more expensive, depending on which model of this gun you get. They come out with a bunch of different colors, and they also have optics mounting systems. They have guns with or without. I imagine that the price of that is going to be a little higher, although I haven't seen them. This is the only version of this I've ever actually seen in a gun store, the two-tone or the flat black one. I've seen both of those available with the iron sight guns a lot, because the selling point of this gun is it's relatively cheap, and if you add things like optics mounts and stuff, that might push it into another price tier, a price tier with probably better guns. So for the $200 to $300 price point, this is a very attractive gun, but let's go see how it performs. Let's take it on the range. We'll shoot the first shots today, and then we'll probably do a 1,000-round review, depending on performance. Before we do that though, I do want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. I bought this gun with the Patreon dollars. If you want to support the channel, it's the best way to do it. Link in the description below. Also in that description is a link to a local shelter, the youth shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. It could really use your help. Please go down there and click the donate page in the description and donate to those kids. And finally, I want to mention Outlaw Life. It's our second channel. You want to see optic testing, some behind the scenes stuff, and just a lot of stuff that doesn't make it on the feature channel. Let's go shoot this bad boy. All right, so we are out here about 80-yard line or so, 75-yard line, and we're gonna try this little bad boy. I won't shoot too much if we don't hit. I just kind of want to see if they're on and how hard it's gonna be. Oh boy. Well, the trigger reset on this is the longest I've ever felt. I got a bunch of frag coming back at me from the port where the double action hammer is. I'm getting blowback to my face like this gun is suppressed. That's weird. That one was way hotter than the previous ammo. That's weird. Two different recoil impulses. Now we have a failure. Oh boy!
This is gonna be fun.
Well, I've heard good and bad things about this. I was just hoping I got a good one.
Do we ever though?
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we have, like, I have some pretty good favorable reviews of like the G3 and all those Taurus guns, and I have some pretty favorable reviews of some Stoker products, and even honestly the High Point. We had the High Point. It went what, like 99 out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
This is already like 5 fails in the first mag. Oh, we got a hit though. Trying to stage the trigger like a revolver, you know?
Mm.
Oh, now we had no lock back and I'm flinching like crazy because this little 15-ounce gun has some recoil.
All right.
All right, now we're at 50 yards. What the fuck, dude? I got nothing again.
It is smoking.
Well, this
like
is the hardest gun
crazy.
I've ever shot, for sure.
Every time
this is very difficult to shoot.
Every time you shot, smoke would come out of that.
This?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like, I'm telling you, it feels like I'm shooting a suppressed handgun. You know where you get blowback, like gas blowback to you?
I know what blowback feels like. Okay.
All right. 50 was a bit much. I got a couple of hits there, but let's try 35. We'll kind of work our way in. Good times.
And go.
All right, now if you really wanted to gamble with your life, you could for sure pocket carry this because it does fit in there. Although with the mishaps we've had and the reliability issues we've had, I'm not sure that I would want to carry this. Example A through B. And C.
Dang.
And D.
You're trying to shred, but it's definitely not letting you.
Okay. This is a Fiocchi 115. I don't think it's the ammo because we just shot this ammo in another small gun a couple days ago. Cool, no lock back. Oh,
I don't foresee 1,000 round.
All right, so we're gonna try and do just a little 5-round group here, which I don't suspect will be very good, just because of the trigger interface with your finger. However, we have a bunch of holes up here already from 223 from the other day, and then I've got some 9mm shit down there. But I'm gonna be aiming at this guy right here from about 7 yards away. Okay, let's go take a look. All right, so you guys know how well I can normally shoot if you watch the channel a lot. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yard group at 7 yards. Now, if you give me something like a PDP compact or a CZP07, P01, a Glock 26, anything like that, I can pretty much consistently put them here in the 10 ring from 7 yards. That's not too far away. I shoot every day, and I traditionally shoot long range handgun quite a bit. So dead nuts accuracy is kind of my thing. And the fact that I can't shoot lower than a 1-inch group at 7 yards with this gun, it honestly kind of makes me want to throw up a little bit. This is the least accurate handgun I've ever shot. All right, we'll just try a 10-yard plate rack. Okay. I bet you're just dying to shoot this.
Yeah, I guess.
I missed that plate from here. Twice. And no lockback. Good times.
Okay.
Shooting at big dipstick targets from 7 yards away, you just missed. You got one.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you... You're scared of them, though.
This sucks.
So you haven't hit one yet?
Nope.
So maybe move a little closer. Walk a little closer, I'll follow you with the camera. Alright, now give her hell. You still miss?
Yep.
Aim high and right, because it's going, or sorry, go right, because mine was going way left. Still missed. Got one!
Yay!
Well, if your goal was to miss 9 out of 10 times from 7 yards, buy this gun.
This is the most unpleasant gun I've ever shot.
Yeah, I would argue that's my least favorite
life.
gun I've ever shot as well. I would easily take a high point over that. No question. Like if you were like high point or that, high point.
This is not good.
And the high point's cheaper than that. It's uglier, but it's also cooler.
So what is even the point?
Well, there is no point.
There's no point.
I see no point to that gun.
Title of video.
I don't know if it is.
Absolutely
God,
no point.
I don't know, man. I wanted to like that. Look at the fucking guide rod. Is that supposed to do that? Look at the guide rod touching the barrel.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's horrible.
That thing honestly feels like it's gonna fall apart.
It feels like it's trash. The trigger is awful. The recoil is ridiculous. I hurt my pinky.
Yeah, the little snap.
Yeah. I hate that. This is not for me.
All right, so the first impressions of the CPX2 were not positive. So first things I gotta mention, if yours works great, I get it. With cheap companies like this, budget guns, a lot of time quality control and quality of parts is the main concern. There's a lot of discrepancies in the way these guns are built generally if they're made in the $200 to $300 price point, which usually equals a couple of good guns, a couple of bad guns, a couple of good guns. And I always talk about these budget guns like they are a percentage thing. If you buy a High Point, if you buy a Stoeger, if you buy a Taurus, there's a higher chance you're gonna get one that doesn't work. That doesn't mean there aren't guns out there that work great. I mean, there's Taurus 1911s that work great, mine didn't, right? There's Taurus G3s that work great, mine did, but some other people's didn't. And this is one of those classic cases with the lower and lower you go, the more likely you are to get something like this, where you essentially have more malfunctions than you have actual rounds going down range. Now, there might be a break-in period with this gun. Most likely there is. This is, you gotta understand, the first shots, this is not a full review. This is just where we take the 100 rounds out, first time we shoot it, and shoot it in front of you guys with no qualms, editing, or bias. And the reason why we do that is because I make reviews for people who buy firearms, right? I'm not a firearm advertisement company like a lot of YouTube review channels. I do not make commercials, right? I go out and I test guns because people actually carry these guns. I specifically got this gun because it is one of the highest purchased guns at the gun store because it's very, very cheap. And those people that are gonna buy very, very cheap guns, spoiler alert, are not gonna pay the same amount for ammunition to go out and break it in. What they're gonna do most likely is they're going to load the gun, put it in a shoebox, put it in their purse, put it wherever they're gonna put it, and then when the chips are down and they gotta use the damn thing, it's not gonna work. And that is one of the reasons why I hit on guns like this so much. I'm not trying to badmouth this company. I'm not trying to say cheaper guns always suck. They certainly don't. This one certainly does though. The sample size of one sucks very, very badly. And it sucks badly for a number of reasons. First reason being, it was very unreliable with very common ammunition. The gun was lubed with Slip 2000. We used Fiocchi 115 grain. Very, very common middle of the road ammunition that worked well in almost all handguns. Second thing I don't like, recoil is very stout for some reason. I'm not really sure why. The ergonomics feel actually pretty good when you grip this gun. It's comfortable in your hand, right? I thought so. But then the recoil is like, what the hell? Like it really is quite snappy. And part of that is because of the 15-ounce overall weight. You can't get everything for free. If you get a really lightweight gun and you chamber it in a major caliber, it's gonna have some recoil. Now, That I can understand, the gun having recoil. I don't understand the reliability issues, but I can understand it having heavy recoil. The other thing I don't like at all is the double action trigger is garbage, right? I mean, it really is really bad. You can get good double action triggers. Smith & Wesson revolvers come to mind, CZ pattern guns, the HKP30 series, double action only, very, very reliable, durable, easy to shoot guns. This is not easy to shoot. This is the hardest gun I've ever shot, I think. I literally, I've never shot that bad with anything in my life. I haven't shot that bad since I was like 8 years old when I learned how to shoot. I patterned a group that was 2 inches at 7 yards. That's unbelievable to me. And on top of that, they were all consistently high left, which is something I never shoot. I shoot low left generally, or straight low. And that's usually due to trigger control, slapping the trigger, going too fast. It's a very common issue. This, I don't know what I was doing. The sights could have been off. They look a little janky, and they are obviously worn and they are rusted, and I don't know how they're worn or rusted because the gun's never been used until today. The accuracy is garbage. The rate of fire is even worse because you literally have to pull the trigger all the way to the rear, and the double action pull itself isn't bad, but the reset is where the trigger starts. So you go all the way back out. Keep going. Keep her going. There it is. It resets so far forward I can barely fit my trigger in the my finger in the trigger guard. That causes 2 problems. One, it causes short stroking the trigger because you're used to a shorter reset, because if you've shot any other gun in history, you're used to a shorter reset. And the second thing is, you see how small that actual trigger guard is when the trigger is all the way forward. If you had glove hands or big fingers or something, that's a big problem. And it was a big problem for me. We had no lockback on all of the magazines, even though I was making sure to keep my thumb off the slide release. And we also had some weird gas blowback thing going on from the hole where the hammer sits. And I've never had that in my life. I don't know about you. That's a new one for me.
I've never seen that.
As soon as I shot it, I was like, did I put an invisible suppressor on here? What's going on? So there's like 9 reasons why I don't like this gun. The one reason why I do like it, or 2 reasons why I do like it, is the ergonomics are good, the size and weight ratio are good, and the price is really, really affordable. And it's chambered in a popular, reliable caliber. But other than that, it's all pretty much downhill from there. High points are cheaper than this. Taurus G3 series are along the same price as this. I would seriously steer toward those over this gun if it were me. Now again, sample size of 1. That being said, this one sucks really, really bad. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later. What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we're coming at you with another budget gun. Today, we are talking about the gun, I don't remember the name of it.
SCCY, it's on it. CPX.
Oh, CPX2, yeah. Why can't I remember that?
Because it's a bunch of letters.
It's
R2D2,
just a generic
CP30.
Yeah, letter-based name of another
Let's just
gun.
put a bunch of names,
over and over.
letters
PX4
together.
Storm, M9A4. I can't keep track anymore.
There's so many letters.